10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Royal Arena. We have our two-game series ending here with game number 2 between Friends as well as Question Mark. Question Mark getting run over, unfortunately, in the first game. Pretty standard game, pretty close game for the beginning stages, but after that, well, Friends just started dominating and having really good laning and, of course, map advantages. So with that, we'll get into game number 2 underway now into the draft. My name is Mott. Joining me today is Mottpack's Trent. How'd you feel about that first game of the performance that Friends put up against this this Question Mark squad?
Looked good, right?
Yes.
I mean, just pick some heroes, play some Dota, do what they're good at. Everyone had a nice impact too. That was one thing that was really nice about that game. Just like the support Naga, I think you saw just the wonders of that and how well it can work. It seems really on point there. So shout out there to some solid play by No Fear. But it looks like Question Mark kind of liked it too. Because they're going to open up with a Mirana and keep her light of their own.
Yeah, they're like, well, that's a good strategy. We're just going to take that right from you. And I'm kind of excited to see how they perform with it. I do like the way Friends have started this draft off. The Shadow Demon Juggernaut, obviously very strong 1-2 combo. I don't know, is it worth first picking to you, Trent, or would you rather see this later on in the draft?
I think once you see the Keeper of the Light, you want someone who can deal with the blind. I don't think Jug's the most ideal one, but at least he can like spin to dispel it. Some teams I've seen go like Slark really early on just to purge it and handle that out. But Jug has the added benefit of being able to like dodge out the magic damage from Mirana, which is rather predictable. At least you can dodge like the second bits coming through, or from the Aghanim Scepter. Same thing with the Keeper of the Light Blast, Mana Leak too. There's a lot of benefits to having Jug in this situation, so he's already a nice stat-building carry to pair up with your Shadow Demon. Might as well go for it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of these two heroes together. Like you talked about, obviously getting the Blinding Light off you, very important. Not only that, but with the Shadow Demon together with the Juggernaut, pushing is something that you can do a little easier. You have Healing Ward to help out with as well. So keeping the waves pushed while you against the Keeper of the Light also very important. I mean, Keeper of the Light and Mirana, very good wave clearers. They can push very quickly, at least creep waves very quickly. So as far as tower hitters are concerned, they don't have any yet, but that can be something they rectify here rather shortly.
Yeah, and Friends will try and keep that up with, like, as I said, the Illusions of the Jug, get the Manta to, again, help with the purging and whatnot of the blind, but then just more split push across the map. So both teams looking pretty even Stevens right now. Bans that came out here. That nice 1v1 scenario of like Batrider versus anyone is now eliminated. Another strong laner, and the Darkseer's gone. And that's a Bristleback. I was banned out, but similarly, I guess he'll have the mana battery. It is Dire side, so you can stack up the Ancients, which will be nice.
I know, I like that pick. I think it's pretty interesting. I think they could do a lot of work with it. I haven't really seen Bristleback be that successful in the games I've casted, but I know it can be. That's
the rare hero. I think it was the last game when we were casting, when they had the IO Tiny, it was because they went with a Bristleback on the upside for Kaibi. We were talking about how that was like the one time we've seen it in so long.
And he played it mid too, was playing
trying to go up against those two.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though.
It didn't quite work that game, but I don't blame him. Wasn't really their fault in that game. They got IO Tiny, and it was tough. Void comes out for Friends. Okay, I'm down. Again, it's been a while since I've seen Faces Void. I know he's still picked pretty standardly. It's just not something I think I saw it in a game the other day that was being played. I think it might have been one of the Summit games, but
he's fallen off a bit.
Yeah.
In favor, like Slider, I think has moved up the totem pole a little bit ahead of him now at this point. So maybe a little bit unique to see him picked up here when there's like a Bristleback, whereas you might want that like minus armor ability here, trying to take him down. The team fight potential is always the biggest thing that you're going to pick Faces Void for. You're just saying, like, okay, we want to win team fights. We're going to win them all. Maybe we'll pick up, like, an Elder Titan next. Oh, you know what? I bet that's what they're doing.
Elder Titan?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be taken by...
That's a sick combo to get second phase.
And it's not going to be taken by Friends either. Oh!
No, they have to take it, because they can't let that through with a Bristleback.
I spoke too soon. That's true. That would have been very nice, though, for Friends to have. That would have been something else.
This is good. That sets up into a potential last pick Tinker again, too, which is something we know that Arise does play well. They do like it. They don't really have a Magnus draft here at all, so I highly doubt that'll be happening.
I would love to see that, but I don't think they're going to do it. It's just not quite the time for it. Listen, I'll be the first to go crazy if they pick Magnus. Enchantress will come out for friends, so some added extra damage in a Chronosphere if you need it. I mean, they were missing some range damage. I mean, Juggernaut's really not going to provide that much in the Chrono unless you can get an Omni Slash off or something, but even then, the Enchantress and Faceless Void combination is going to be fine. Friends will probably pick up.
I feel like they need a Silver Edge carrier. Would be so nice to them. I guess they can just purge the Bristleback. That'll be the play.
Yeah, they
but
can do that.
Reserve time.
I wonder what they do put mid. I don't.
Radiant team
Not many
Could be Jug.
Silver Edge carriers. I mean, they could do Jug mid, true. They could. And they could put something in the safe
Radiant
lane.
team pick.
Assuming the Faceless Void is in the off lane, which is a pretty good assumption. All right.
oh, we saw them do this when they were on the clock the other day, right?
Yeah, but they had a
Friends?
Chen, though. They had a Chen in the other game, which was actually,
Yeah.
I think, one of the bigger impacts. But they have more push now. I'm not sure how I feel about a plugin without the Chen. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. This is very interesting, though. A lot of creep clear. There's a
10
lot of
seconds
push
remaining.
from friends. And a lot of creep clear on the other side, too. Not
5
as much
seconds
push, especially with the
remaining.
Elder Titan coming out. I'm interested. Will they go for that? What are they going to pick up
10
here in their mid
seconds
lane? That's what
remaining.
they were looking for. Or not in the mid lane. Perhaps the Mirana goes there. And it'll be the Axe picked up at the last pick as well. Huh.
That'd be safe lane then.
Yeah.
You want you want the Bristleback down near the Ancients, I would think, or at least you want someone down there dealing with that. So some sort of like an aggro duo at the very least with the Elder Titan, possibly an aggro try with Ake. Axe is going to be 1v1 versus what we assume will be just a Faceless Void, so Axe will be fine with that.
I like
And
this.
they'll probably aggro themselves. Now, the only thing is then you're aggroing into an Enchantress who's like in the jungle, so she has a lot of creeps at her disposal, which can be a little bit scary. The only anti-creep thing they have is Mirana, but she'll be busy in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have some good vision of the Enchantress, and if you are going to do that aggressive
10
tri lane,
seconds
and
remaining.
we'll see how they set this up. This is going to be interesting.
5
They will have
seconds
Rise on the
remaining.
Mirana, so it is going to be the matchup that we expected. Actually, Undershock is playing the Juggernaut. We'll see how this does land up. I'm kind of interested to see where everybody goes. But again, we start the game with applause, as always. Everybody getting back to their computer after their smoke break or their bathroom break or what have you. Us casters don't have the luxury of getting the draft off.
I know, it's scary. Yeah, I guess not to do the captains. They're all working hard. Everyone else is slacking.
Yeah, but that's what you get for being a captain. That's kind of the role that you assume.
One of those damn responsibilities.
Yeah, like, oh god, I have to actually like play the game of Dota and pick heroes. Ugh. No, but
That
look at this vision. This vision battle. Ake has spotted Always Want to Fly and vice versa. Ake will take the brunt of the right clicks, or I thought he was going to get a third one off there, but he canceled his animation for some reason. But wards will be placed down. Sentry already placed by Ake is just going to be a little too far away from this Observer Ward in lane. The Necroman will rotate down bottom as well. And
are they gonna try and set up on this?
this is interesting. There's 5 heroes that are all going to be spotted pretty much by this Observer Ward. So they should back out, I would imagine. Sentry
Pretty
Ward,
funny.
they have no fear with it. Yeah, this is not gonna become anything. There's no fights happening here. No fear can drop these sentry wards down. He puts one down. They ping out the other location where it might be. Oh, no fear. Nope, he's not gonna put it down there. That's unfortunate.
It's always risky when you throw these out before the creep camps, you know, because if you wait for the camps to spawn, then you can at least you can say like, okay, it's not in this box, or like it's not providing that. But then from there, you have to like do your detective work to figure out where it goes.
You don't get that
And-
first pull off if you want it. Like if you
battle
want that
begins.
very first pull, which is
The prize is mine.
something that's pretty important sometimes. But they will realize that they're not blocking the spawn boxes here for these observer wards. The one in lane has not been spotted out by the Dire. But we'll settle into a 2-1-2. It looks like MTL's up in the top lane currently, so the aggressive dual lane. The Enchantress will obviously start in the jungle, so nothing too crazy with the start of these laning setups, Trent. I don't think anyway. It looks pretty standard here.
Yep, what you'd expect. Seen a couple teams run this whole like Caudle Bristleback thing before. Caudle Sandking too in the offlane has been pretty nice, but he's big, he's beefy, and wouldn't be too surprised to see Ake running away to give him a little bit of experience at times, as well as to stack up the Ancient Camp. MDL, he'll probably harass the Void a bit up top here when he's weaker on, but then I wouldn't mind seeing him chasing the Enchantress around the jungle too.
Yeah, he could come down and try to... And we've seen a lot of Elder Titans just run at junglers and do some serious work against them. Would not be surprised to see that harassment come out. But Down bottom, you do have the Chakra Magic. Necroman is really not going to be lacking for mana at any point in time. And against the squishy lineup of these two heroes, this is going to be interesting to see how they deal with it. Yoku can obviously spam Nether Blast to get last hits. It is level 1 currently. Shadow Poison will start being spammed out onto Ake, as always when a fly is going to miss the second Shadow Poison. Now they're going to just chase after him. Chakra's going to go, and they continue to just chase always when a fly down. They almost actually brought him down. That's going to be it. They're going to have enough to get the first blood. Decrepit and Nether Blast with the Shadow Poison, and Ake just did not expect that damage. Always when a fly will remain alive, and Yoku as well. They bursted him down quickly.
Yeah, that was nicely done. Some good baits. Champs is coming through here. They haven't noticed yet, and she's going to have Troll and Centaur. So depending on how deep they are, this could be another kill.
They do have vision. They will see it. They'll back away. Disruption's going to try to start things off here. Centaur Conquer Stomp perfectly timed. Nether Blast still rather tanky, even with level 1 Bristleback. They get the net off, and he's still low. But look at all of this damage coming up from the Quill Sprays. No Fear can't go any further. Decrep not in time. And he actually gets the kill onto Always Wanna Fly, who wraps around looking for that kill.
Oh,
he drops the tree down. Oh, my God.
Oh, get
Necroman,
Bob
I don't
Ross.
even know if that was needed, but he's styling anyway. That was insane.
Oh, just a happy little tree.
The Bob Ross, yes.
Oh,
yes.
God.
I love seeing it. And then he denies himself. Obviously, it's the Ancients, but...
Wow. This is like your Viper mids who get ganked by 3 people and all 3 of them die. That's, you know, Viper Bristleback, sometimes they have that factor, and then that just clears your lane so hard sometimes. Like, now the next round is much more difficult to do. Some of them not dying, but having to use all their regen, too.
And you can't help but feel tilted after that, at least a little bit for the raiding team. Undershot getting sort of harassed. I don't want to say ganked by MDL, but harassed, as the Blade Fear was still there. He was trying to force it out. Arise is getting a little low. He's got the Fairy Fire. He's going to back away. No Omni Slash. They're going to go for the spin. MDL might be the one dying here. He's going to get dove under the tower at this point. MDL's low. Stomp not available in time. Astral gets off. Undershock will die for this, but he does get the kill. He does give away the gold to the Mirana, however. The gold and experience, I should say.
Yeah, it's not worth.
I don't think so either. And she's going to have a free lane for the next 10 seconds, too. Oh, well. These things happen.
Guess he thought he'd be able to get out along the tree line or something there, but...
Yeah. Maybe. Or drop the healing ward down or something, but unfortunately that's not the case. But back to this bottom lane. Necroman as well as Yoku going to work. They get the rotation. MDL finally down in this bottom lane, and now this dual lane is going to be a lot tougher than it already was, which it was to begin with. They'll miss the stomp, I believe, on both Always Wanna Fly as well as Yoku. Always Wanna Fly will take the damage from the Spirit.
No Fear's making plays towards it, too. He's smoked up.
He's looking to wrap around the Mud Golem and Hellbear Smasher. Some pretty good creeps to start things off here. MZL's being pinged out. Astral's going to go. Stomp. Might bring down Always Wanna Fly. The Illuminate. See you later. And MZL's going to be next.
Pay.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade at this point. They try to find Ake. Necroman will walk through. I don't know if they want to go on him after what happened last time. Look at the Quill Spray damage. It's absurd.
Yoku is committing.
The Nether Blast will go. Necroman will take some serious damage, but look at the Quill Sprays again, blowing away that squishy Pugna. Oh, Necroman is still going in. I do not blame him.
Was trying to deny.
Always
oh my
Wanna
God.
Fly is
that
actually
shocker cooldown reduction.
Yeah, it's insane. He finally will go down, but not after literally terrorizing this bottom lane. I mean, he is a monster. It's freaking Godzilla. Jesus.
So even at level 1, you get the double Quill Spray, and then of course you're also like getting the Quill Sprays to come out whenever you take damage. So sometimes he just fires out 3 right in a row.
It just comes seemingly out of nowhere. They just can't prepare for it. Chakra Magic's a pretty good ability, huh, Trent?
Yeah, it's something. That's for sure. I like it with the Zeus and the PA one. Those are 2 of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like the double dagger and the double lightning bolt.
There's some absurd combos. We're seeing one of them currently. As Necroman, the Terrorizer, has come back into the lane. Jeez. He's got his cloak now, so that magic damage gonna be resisted. Not that big of a deal, but we really haven't talked about these other lanes. Afterlife is sitting at level 5 with 19 last hits. He's not doing that poorly, but against Pone is 32. Tranquil's at 1,000 gold. He's just chasing right after Afterlife. Almost gets the call off too. Might have been able to get the dunk there had he got enough spins, but unfortunately not able to do so. But down bottom they are going to chase after Yoku again. This time he will be able to back away. And then in the mid lane, Undershock and Arise. Undershock winning the CS matchup here. Arise did get that kill onto Undershock earlier. So that is the bit of an X factor going the way of Mr. XXX.
Yeah, Yeah, top lane's interesting too. It was well played to put this block down on the ward just to make sure that there wouldn't be like, because all Axe does is he pushes the wave as perspective skill down bottom. They are diving. My apologies.
They dove hard. No, it's okay. I caught all of it. They dove very quickly and very hard. Undershock is going to rotate in. Moonlight Shadow. Wow, this might actually save them. Stomp will go through. Undershock is asleep. Will they make it out of here? Yeah, it looks like they're about to. It really looks like they're about to. MDL is going to make it away, and the rest of the crew making it out.
I feel like it's level 6, but like, what's he going to do here, man?
I don't think you Chrono Necroman. That arrow almost hit him, too. That would have been nuts. They're going to be able to back out.
Ake is dead.
Question mark?
There's no way you live here, right?
Where's he going? He doesn't have a ward on him. He went the wrong direction.
Wow,
he might actually live here. He might actually live here.
What is happening?
They don't have anybody chasing. Yoku can get the decrep off. Nope, out of range. And Necroman's going to come in too. He's like, we can fight this. It's totally fine.
Oh my lord, what a waste of time.
This is
a mid-hero running
play
around
the Benny
the
Hill
jungle in
music.
circles.
Undershock is, he's going to get it. Decrep's up. Omni Slash. Yes. It only took them a minute. And they did at least force the rotation on opponent. He's not going to be able to make it.
Oh god, there's no battle hunger.
They can't. They have to hit an arrow, and Arise doesn't have it. It's up in a minute, or excuse me, a second. That will hit, and that should be enough. Yes. And Necroman gets the kill. That was strange. That took like a minute and a half time for pretty much everybody.
I mean, we all know Coddle's stupid fast. He doesn't even have the wind lace. It's just the brown boots, but you still get 380.
Lady Mirana. The order is...
Yeah, he's pretty fast. That arrow, ooh, good blade fury. It's very close. Now he's at Amanda. Undershock is gonna get chased down. Opponent's here. He's got that vitality booster, looking for perhaps another Vanguard, I would imagine. Yeah, I don't know, man. This game's strange, to say the least. It's going every which way.
Well, with his big rotation, Afterlife came back to top lane. He's getting pretty farmed. Good situation for him considering the lane. Like, Axe should just get so much gold in the lane like this where he just kills the wave, goes to camp, kills that, go gets the small camp at the same time, comes on back, and it's just like, although you're not stopping the Void from farming so much, you just get so ridiculously farmed that you get into your Vanguards and you can farm Ancients. But in a game where he rotates out, Void's keeping up pretty well. I mean, he's 800 gold behind, again, to be expected.
Yeah.
I don't think Afterlife's going to build his own Vanguard. He might. I mean, I know he's holding that Ring of Hell, but I guess he might as well at the point where you've got the shield too, but kind of interesting.
I don't see why not.
A lot of gold away from a Blink, though.
True. There's a lot of different builds you can go for. Down bottom, Arise is going to rotate through the arrow and be off the mark against Always Win a Fly. Still that vision there from the Radiant team to get some good stuff going. Wow, good disruption, but that might just end up killing him anyways. The Illuminate doesn't hit him. He might actually live. They have Starstorm in 3 seconds, and he gets blocked in, and then he dies. That's a little too much damage. And they'll push into the tower, and I think they probably take this tier 1 as well. Meanwhile, mid is getting pushed, and you have seen the rotation from Yoku, who has another blast up. And again, Friends wanted to push early here with the last time they played Pugna, but this time it's going to have to take a bit longer, I think, to get things going. Phase Boot's done for the Jug as well. So he's starting to get farmed. Undershock doesn't have the most farm in the world, as you can see, but he's getting there. They're going to TP out. They're going to try to go for the Deny. He wants to get that last hit, and he can't get it. Spin and TP ends before he can actually take down the tower, so it does get denied. So even after all of that effort, they lose their tier 1 tower bottom, and then mid tier 1 tower gets denied from them. So they just won't really get as much out of that trade. And in fact, they might lose this tier 1 tower mid as well, as Necroman is rotated. He's got the full Hood of Defiance now. He's getting treads. Necroman's starting to get farmed. And everything is really coming up Millhouse for this Dire team right now, Trent.
Yeah, I would say so. This is going to be a really interesting point in the game where we see who wants to kickstart the whole, like, just start pushing and never stop. But neither team really has the best catch. It'll be like Pwn will be the best, but he, of course, isn't going for the Blink Dagger first. As always on Fly just gives up a regen rune.
And almost pays for it. This time, though, they're chasing after Ake. Stomp's going to go through. Always When a Fly's going to avoid it. Ake with 4 Shadow Poison stacks will take a fair bit of damage, but will not die. And they really won't. Last right click with the Impetus, and No Fear is fast, but Ake is just as fast. Uh-oh. Here we go. No Fear trying to get his Mud Golem, and they missed the Culling Blade. They were trying to get the Mud Golem to kill Ake, but unfortunately, he's not able to do so. MDL will take 2 shard tosses, and that'll be that, as No Fear does give his life away. But this is going to at least indicate to Friends they can try to go top and take this tier 1 tower. This push is just not really panning out for them. They're not really able to do so. Not really firing on all cylinders right now.
And still haven't got a good use out of the chrono yet. Maybe they're thinking about it, but they don't have to. Here we go. All right, Enchantress is coming. They should be able to get it.
Can they find anything?
I doubt Pone's going to be in range for this now, though.
Yeah, Pone is backed up. They see
Radiant's
everybody.
middle tower is under
They'll
attack.
try to force them back, and so they can have a better access to this tier 1 tower. But Pone is not going to give up his positioning that easily. There's more TPs coming in. Necroman's going to back himself up. Maybe they just...
Radiant's
I don't think they
middle
give this
tower
away.
is
They
under
are
attack.
split pushing mid with the Rise.
Same time, they're getting bottom too for the Radiant, though.
This is not the best trade for the Dire team. This Pone will take up an instance hit or
Dire's
two.
bottom tower is under
Yeah, tier 1
attack.
tower top is going to fall. Tier 1 tower bottom also going to fall here as he... Well, maybe not. He spins TPs out. The siege creep should do the job. Everyone's up top right now. He actually wanted to defend that mirrored... That mid tier 1 tower, not able to do so, but now we're going to see a fight top lane as Afterlife's going to time walk away. Pone trying to chase the sentry ward, perfectly placed, however, and always will fly, going to cover the retreat. Still, they might be able to catch them and chase them down. No battle hunger, no blink dagger, no real gap closing coming up. The arrow is going to miss on always will fly. Blinding light actually pushes him further back. There's going to be the stomp coming in pretty soon for this Astral Spirit. Can they get anything? They'll find no fear. But that seems to be it, and they're taking some time to bring him down as well. They even get the time dilation off. I don't know if they can get any kill. They have to dive underneath the tower, and Pone realizes he's gone too far. They have Chronosphere. They're going to pop it. Here comes the impetus hits as well, and Pone gone too far. They'll find themselves the kill. Time walk out of the stop from Afterlife, also regenerating up his health. And that's just, they couldn't find anything. You could see they just wanted a kill, and they know they should have gotten one, but it was too late at that point.
A lot of rotations coming through, and there you go. So chrono used, well played. For the very least for Dire, that won't be available now, but Pugna's really the big siege engine here. It's not too much of an issue if he doesn't have chrono backing him up. With that Aether Lens now, he's some increased range to be dropping down these Nether Blast bombs. Things are, I would say, looking pretty good here for the Radiant side. Dire, if they want to get back into this, it's going to be all about that Blink Dagger from Pone once again. I feel like he's got a lot of pressure on himself today, but between the Slider and the Axe and the dynamic of those heroes against the lineups that they've been facing, they seem to be the most important ones in each game, so
Yeah.
pretty important that he gets like some Ancient stacks going. It looks like he'll probably take this one, so this is the best Spreadable game Vanguard on your Axe. It means this is no problem. Like, sorry Bristle, I really need this, bro.
I mean, I think he understands. That death really hurt him too. I'm sure it set him back a fair bit. Pone will be able to grab up to 1,600 gold now. Arrows coming in mid from Mr. XXX Arise, almost getting his Aghanim Scepter himself. I mean, you still look at the top net worth, and you have some good heroes up there for the Dire team, but they had a 2,000 net worth advantage, is now pretty much nothing at this point after those tower kills in the last couple of fights. Here we go, though. They're going to push into this tier 2 tower. You can see, even though this game might be even, Friends still want to push the advantage and push the envelope and try to go for these tier 2 towers, at least put some pressure on. And we'll see if they can do so. Obviously, Illuminate going to help out with that. Moonlight Shadow or the Starstorm from Rise can help out as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Towers
I gotta
go.
say, I have no idea what Afterlife is building. Like, I know we talked about like that Lincoln's first build from like Shadow, and Beast is doing it quite a bit on the Faceless Void, usually in the one role.
Right.
But this is not a Lincoln Sphere game for sure. I would be very surprised if you got that.
Yeah, who really breaks...
It's not even really a Lotus Orb game.
I would say Battle
like-
Fury would be the more likely option, but he doesn't have a Coin Blade. He's an Iron... I'm so confused as to what he's buying currently.
It must be Lotus, I would assume, just because like then you could take off the blinds.
I was like, Battle Fury, but that doesn't make sense either. It's like a 14-minute game. You're an offline Faceless Void. Probably not that item.
Take off like Napalm
Yeah,
set, or
Lotus
rather
Orb.
the
Lotus
nozzle
Orb.
goo stacks. Nozzle. Nasal.
Nozzle.
Sounds like a
You're like
World of
JJ or
Warcraft
something.
monster or something. Nozzle goo. Oh, it's Lord of the Rings, that's it.
Afterlife does have 800 gold. We'll find out what he's building pretty... Once he hits like 14 or 1500 gold, we'll probably get an understanding of what he's going to buy. But right now, he just is a casual Perseverance. You know what? That's fine. Time walk in.
It's chill.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the regen. Look at this. He's like 8 health regen a second. That's great. They'll find always when to fly out of position. That probably stops the push. Here comes Pone looking for a call. They actually have the Sentry Ward there. They know that he's there. Going to drop down that Nether Ward, the Nether Blast as well. Time walk in. Chronosphere, they'll find one. Pone's been caught again. gonna get off the ulti from MDL at the very least. Prone will stay alive. Pretty good ulti coming through as well. No Fear taking some damage from that Starstorm, but nobody dead just yet in this fight. Looks like Yoku might be the first to fall. Omni Slash coming in though. Necroman tanks up most of the damage and he's fine. He's at half HP right now and he continues to run amok. Necroman looking for Undershock. He's got Blade Fury ready to go. He's gonna have to use it here pretty soon. Still might get caught, but there's the Blade Calling Blade from Bone, and they'll find Afterlife as well. 3 dead. Can they get the 4th? No Fear will TP out. They won't be able to catch him in time. And Necroman starts styling on this this Radiant team. And now they can push into this tier 1 tower top lane. They're not done yet. Soul Catcher as well as Disruption popped up, but that should be the end of what the Shadow Demon can do other than spam up some Shadow Poison stacks, which there are quite a bit. We'll see if they can push into the tower. Always want to fly narrowly, avoids that arrow. And they will take the tier 1 top. At least they should. The Glyph will come through. And there it is.
That was a bit of a interesting chrono at this point. Not enough damage to really bring down the axe, so at that point it just ends up doing nothing. Even if the axe goes down there, they were all in such like a good spot. Maybe they didn't understand how many other dire side heroes were there. That might have been the issue, like with the Elder Titan and whatnot. Didn't really have deep vision there from the Radiant side.
Yeah, I think you're right. They
That
should
must
have
be
known,
the
however,
reasoning.
after Always Want to Fly died, though. I think they should have realized, hey, there's a couple heroes here at least. They're being pretty aggressive. Doesn't really matter. If they lose the team fight, gets another 2,000, 3,000 gold advantage for the Dire, so it changes that quickly. And they're going to start trying to take over this jungle as well as pushing this bottom tier 2 tower. So it's a bit slower than what we saw the other day against Kaipi, but this is still a very speedy type of game. They want to push into these tier 2 towers and get something done. Arrow's going to come through. He's not going to be able to, I should say, what Friends did against, yeah, what Friends did against Kaipi. But this Dire team is actually getting some good towers for themselves as well.
Yeah, whenever Chrono's down, it definitely puts the Radiant on the back foot. 10 more seconds till it's back up. But if the Dire can knock down this one, open up Roshan for themselves. I mean, it certainly won't be an easy take, but with Bristle and Nasal Goo, you can just kind of slowly whittle it on down, take it for yourself. Probably be a long while before we see a team like fully commit unless everyone's dead and they have no chance at the tower or something. All objectives, honestly, this game are going to be pretty damn slow. It's like Juggernaut is the best objective taker in this game, essentially. And he's pretty much the only one.
Yeah, he kind of is.
Yo, we are getting a Battle Fury. It's happening.
God bless. You know what? I said I should have just stuck with my guns. I should not have said anything about, oh, you know, you're an off-lane void. I can't believe he's actually going for this build. Well, he's got the Claymore. If he can get a couple of kills here, it's going to provide him these broadswords. No, the Chronosphere! Oh, he was not prepared for that Blink Dagger. He blinked it in like a half second later. The Chronosphere whiffs. Afterlife. He does time walk TP out, and he's going to be able to make it away. That is embarrassing.
Bit of a woo lad right there.
Woo.
That's how it happens.
You know, that's life.
Jeez, that's unfortunate. I mean, Chronosphere's down. This is what you talked about earlier. They're like, all right, well, we don't have to deal with Chrono. Also, a hero's dead. Let's push to the top tier 2 tower, find some extra gold for ourselves.
All right, are you ready for this?
What's that?
When he turns this into a Shadow Blade and goes into a Silver Edge for the Bristle, what if that happens? Then where's your god now at that point, huh?
Well, you know, I'm pretty sure I just let it happen and let the Blessed Necroman work through us and see how it goes. I'm sure it'll be great. I mean, it's actually not that bad. It could work. It could work.
But then we don't get our Battle Fury. I don't know. It's gonna be sad. The good old days. If only he had the cosmetic, that would be truly next level.
Oh, the Faceless Void one? The Battle Fury?
Yeah.
That's like supremely rare, isn't it? Or am I crazy?
It used to be like pretty expensive. I think it's still like kind of that mid-tier.
I love all the items that are like the Kunkka Shadowblade, for example. Big fan of that. I sold mine, but still big fan. No Fear is going to get called. There's the arrow that's going to connect. The Starstorm's going to come through. There's the time dilation. Still pretty tanky and healable as well, obviously, with the Nature's Attendants, not to mention level 2 untouchable. The Axe gives up, but back into the mid lane, they're going to try to find Yoku, who just TPs out because they have no way of stopping him. And then he just stops it. And says,
Then he's just like, you know what? You guys can't do anything. Sticking around.
It just ran. It's fine. I really want this to be a Battle Fury now.
I literally can't stop looking at him.
I'm just waiting for him to get to that 12.
I'm constantly panning back to
He's
him.
going to get to 1,200 gold, and he's going to wait 200 more gold, and he's going to buy that Shadow Blade, and I'm going to be like, damn it, Trent.
I know, I'll be so sad.
You would have ruined everything. I will blame you. I will single you out and just blame you completely for that.
I mean, none of these builds are super ideal in this scenario. It's a pretty awkward game for him, for sure.
Yeah, because what do you build on a void, really? I mean, like, what's the... Like, I mean, I guess Battle Fury. I mean,
Like, the Lincoln's build is cool. I think it makes it, like, it's really great in most games, but this game is just awful. Anyway, Necroman has found Undertalk with an Invis Rune.
And he'll
Won't
be...
matter.
All right, nope, they have to call.
It will matter.
They will matter. I was like, oh, he's going to be fine. No, they have Berserker's Call, and guess what? That goes through match community. Pretty good ability. And dead. See you later. Yeah, I mean... Radiance? I'm just like, every time I go back to this void, I'm just like, Radiance, what works here? He's got 1,200 gold. He's not buying that. He's not buying the... Oh, he also needs the Quelling Blade, too.
Oh, it's off like it's arrowed.
See you later.
Nice. Got him.
Oh, my God. Oh, he did it. No! Trent. Come on.
We lost. We fucking lost, dude. I like this way more than a Battle
Yeah,
Fury.
I was like, that actually makes sense.
It's way better.
I mean, it's better, but not
I know,
for
it's
us.
still sad life.
It's not better for us.
All I wanted was my Battle Fury Void to come back, but it's never happening, guys. Dead.
We super lost. All right, well.
So this is like 1,000 times better, so they can break the bristleback,
Yep.
get rid of that big old passive, reduces
when he
damage
gets
during the
Silver
fight.
Edge. Yes, when he
Yeah.
gets the Silver Edge eventually. So,
Of
but
course.
until then, he will have a casual perseverance in tow. And he's gonna find
Oh,
Ake.
killing Ake.
Blinding light. Nope. Oh, yep, he got it off. And the blind, but they still have enough damage with the life drain, so he'll be okay. He does buy his Aghanim Scepter before dying. Pugna also very close to his own Aghanim Scepter. And suddenly the Radiant team turned it on. They found the kill on Aki. They're like, all right, let's group up. Let's go. Let's smoke. And they're going to go straight towards that bottom lane. They draw the arrow.
Oh, this would be a great chrono.
If they could find him, but he's already sort of out of the vicinity. They don't have a ward except if he walks towards the middle of this jungle. Instead, they're going to go right back and look for Arise. This could be
That's
a
a lot
huge
of heroes.
chrono. They've got all three, but where's the damage coming out? The impetus will come through. There's the Nether Blast. He's low. Not dead yet, though. Arise gets to the high ground. It's a good attempt. He'll have to blink away, but now they have an open access to this tier 3 tower. It will take some time for Arise to heal back up. He's going to have to head back to the base, but there is no creep wave at the tower, so they won't be able to really get anything done with this, unfortunately.
Well, Pone's on the back line looking for something using this ward, but he's got no allies, and there's no big groupings or anything that he can really abuse, so... Oh, if I'd always want to fly, but with a blade mail, of course, it doesn't really add that much damage. So he's like, I guess I'll just go back to the jungle.
Shadow Demon getting hit by blade mail. It's doing
Sorry,
some
friends
work.
are coming.
And you're dead. Alright, well, Roche is open. That works.
This is going to be one of the slowest Roches.
Oh, Echo Saber Bristleback. I like it. I'm a big fan.
Okay, that'll help.
What's it?
He
He
gets
had
the warpaths
He had
going.
the Sange recipe forever ago. He actually turned that Ogre Club into an Echo Saber. I thought he was going to get Sange. He definitely was like, alright.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
No, he
need
mixed it up.
That's kind of nuts. Here comes the Centaur. A little too late. They know Roche is being taken. They can't even get any trade out of this either. They're just kind of getting some creeps and farming. They're not really getting any tower damage. There's only 2 tier 2s left. They'll pick up the Aegis for the Bristleback. He's pretty much unkillable to begin with. Aghanim Scepter up for the Pugna.
This is pretty cool. This is a nice build for a Bristle. Because, like, he gets that high attack damage, but you never really see it used that much because he can't really attack too often during a fight, right? He's mostly just, like, running and turning and doing all that other stuff. But with the Echo Saber, you get, like, double tap, and then you can go back to doing your turning stuff, and then, like, double tap back to your turning stuff. So it's really efficient. And trying to get the max damage to the Warpath as we see a quick pick from Pwn in the mid lane. Once again, onto sad, always want to fly.
I mean, this is what you were talking about with his Axe too. He needed to be involved in this game, whereas he wasn't necessarily involved in his Pugna that much. But he's been doing a really good job. He's 5-1-3 right now. That's a very solid stat line for this Axe as they push it in mid. Yoku as well as the Enchantress are top looking for a rise. He does have a blink. Nether Blast, he has leap as well. He leaps in the direction of No Fear. They don't really have a way of catching him. Moonlight Shadow's going to go. They don't have detection. That was kind of interesting. And he's just going to TP out. They're already rotating up with Pwn as well as MDL looking for a kill. Yoku, if he gets spotted, if he throws out another Nether Blast here, the Astral Blink Call is not going to be in time. They almost caught him. They still will take the tier 2 tower mid, even without those 2 heroes. But,
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
all right.
Could use the recall.
Yeah.
Okay, of course, pretty well known for his Keeper of the Light play. He's played a lot for. I think it's still one of his most played heroes. If you know, that Dota still worked and
I mean,
whatnot.
back at TI3,
Rest in peace.
Back at TI3 for sure. He played it
Yeah.
all the time. At least
I think he might have the most games on it. I want to say.
he had that one big game where they closed the game, but yeah. Arise, Omni Slash. Okay, see you later. That's a huge kill. Undershock will try to CP out. They have the Echo Saber, no way of stopping it. No bash or anything for Necroman, but they do
Recall
lose.
was on cooldown too, so they couldn't bring in Pwn.
I mean, I feel as though the Dire team have a pretty solid advantage. Only 4,000 in net worth, and at 25 minutes, that's not the best, but they've taken pretty much every outer tower. They're looking to finish it off by getting that last tower. And the good thing is, yeah, they can just recall Arise when he respawns. So, a lot of work being done by the Dire heroes, and Friends are just looking to try to even up these towers and get whatever they can done. Not looking easy, though. They're not really taking... They haven't taken any towers since the last tier 2 tower mid fell. Now things get easier. The Silver Edge does come out for Places Void.
That Saw and Recipe also finally got used on the Bristleback, so.
Good.
Radiant's bottom
Excellent.
tower is under attack.
What item is he going for? Just an S&Y, perhaps?
It's kind of a okay halberd, Gabe.
Halberd,
I don't know, double disarm. If to spin off the blind or something, and then you just get disarmed
Dire's
again.
top tower is under
But
attack.
probably just SMY. Yeah, he's got the Yasha now, actually. Or rather, the
Radiant's bottom
Blade now.
tower has fallen.
He's almost got it. 300 gold away from the S&Y. It's a nice item to have, especially when you have something like an Echo Saber already in tow. The old Moonlight Shadow, they'll jump right in. The Undershock Death is very quick. It's
Dire's structures
easy
are
pick from
fortified.
Pwn, and with the Blade Mill on especially, it brings it down instantly. That's actually a huge kill. They will take the Tier 2 tower top lane, it looks like, as after they finally get it done. They'll try to get out. No fear. Stomp, not going to be in time. Called out there either. So close. Half a second too soon, or too late, excuse me. They will take
Meanwhile,
down...
in bottom lane.
Always want to fear, and here comes Necroman. It is time for them to go. They'll find the arrow. The Starstorm will go. He will stay alive. Great decrep. Still has 4 stacks of the Sticky Dazzle goo coming out. The Viscous Dazzle goo, rather. Arise will get healed back up from that Illuminate, and they'll go for the push. Call not there in time. Doesn't actually get it off. Decides to cancel it. Now another decrep. Still has the Aegis, mind you. Stomp comes in. They have Afterlife caught there, but still, they're going to back away. This is a tough push, as you can see. It's taking a lot for them to even get to the high ground, let alone hit the tower. They might just back.
This is another thing that we haven't seen too many interactions of either, though, but the old, the Pugno ward up against the Bristleback, pretty obnoxious, helping to drain his mana, trying to stack on a little bit of damage. Bristle can always just, like, turn his back to it, though, so it's not a very big deal, but...
Still annoying.
Yeah, the mana drain's probably more important in itself than the actual damage that comes out from the thing.
Right.
Caudle can always help negate that, too, for the Dire.
I just realized he's getting some good mana regeneration with this Echo Saber, actually. With the, like, low amount of mana pool he has. Also, his Shock Magic, so it probably doesn't matter, but just a nice little interaction.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
Anyway, Smoke's going to come out from the
Ridiculous
Radiant team.
amount of int this damn hero gets.
Yeah, right? I mean, he's very
So
intelligent.
smart. Like,
Very smart
He's
hero.
way smarter than any of the actual int heroes in this game.
Yeah.
Smarter than Keeper of the Light. By 2.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts, actually. Probably shouldn't have that much in it. But here we go. This is a huge smoke. This could come down to a lot, but Pwn's going to break it. Necroman's going to walk up. That's probably not the target you want, but his Aegis did just run out. The Omni Slash is going to go through, still very tanky. He did pop up that Veil up ready to go, but still the Earth Splitter's going to come out. Not going to do much there. The Chrono onto 2. Can they bring Necroman down? He's in trouble. He will fall. He's dead for 61. Undershot getting hit up. They actually get the life turn off. They missed the Culling Blade, but they will still take that one, and they will find a second and always will fly. Bone getting a double kill. Afterlife getting mana leaks. Time dilation. He's got Time Walk. He's running out of mana. He gets stunned up by the arrow as well, and he's just trying to get out, but he looks like he will go down here. No, he Time Walks up to the high ground. Pwn still with no Culling Blade, and he actually Shadow Blades out in time somehow. I thought he was going to die for sure. But he makes it away. They still a 2-for-1 engagement at the end of the day, but it is going to be Necroman falling, which is a pretty big target.
Yeah, in the end, the Gold Swing heads over, it looks like still to the Dire side. With being 2-1, I guess not too surprising, but... Radiant, at least they know that guy's killable again.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. They must have broke him with the Shadow Blade, the Silver Edge, I would imagine.
I think right at the start they did. Obviously, it doesn't last too long. Like, it wasn't active during the Chrono. So,
He was already at half health at that time.
yeah.
Friends they're staying in there right now. I mean, it's obviously not an easy game for them. They're down almost 7,500. They did lose that last 2 versus 1, but it's still doable. They pick up a Diffusal Blade for the Juggernaut. Undershock hasn't had the biggest game. He's 3-4-2 on a Juggernaut, which is interesting. But he's doing his damnedest at this point in time. They will recall another. I think they might have spotted Undershock heading to this top lane. They know somebody's going to be rotating and farming this eventually. They did just put that ward down. They will see Afterlife.
That was nice.
Unfortunately, time walks right into Pone, who just calls immediately. That was really cool.
Was the light
Yep.
at the end of
Immediately picks out the ward. He's like, yeah, they knew I was there, but well played nonetheless. So they are going to bring in another friend here. It's like the ET.
Time to push. No
Good creep cutting here by Undershock, though. Just making sure you can get the next wave, and Arise trying to do something about that. Oh, actually, they're just going to go after him.
They are getting off mid. Necroman has been caught by a couple heroes down bottom. They'll try to TP. They need the Centaur Conqueror. They don't have it. It's a Centaur Courser, unfortunately, so that doesn't help. And he just TP's out. That sucks. Alright, 9-22 to scoreline, 31 minutes into the game. Roshan is up in, we don't know, maybe less than 30 seconds, maybe longer. Yule Scepter picked up for MDL on top of that. And the Dire team have really only tried pushing once, and I wouldn't really call it a push. They were at high ground down bottom. They didn't do any damage to the tier 3 tower. They kind of just stood there trying to go after some heroes. So no team has really pushed high ground yet. No team is really... And both teams don't have arrow towers except for the last tier 2 down bottom. There's that Ethereal Blade, though, from Arise, and this is where it gets a bit more dangerous for this Radiant team, especially some of these squishy heroes will die pretty quickly. It's a bit scary.
If they can keep bringing down Always Want to Fly, too, he's just, like... I guess he has the cloak now. Enchantress probably going to be the saddest one now, this is it. Speaking of which, no fear, he can run on now.
He's pretty sad already. He's going to try for the TP. Good force slide into Blink Dagger, and the chop on top of it. Pone was ready for that. He forced, as soon as that TP came out, slid and got the call off. No issues whatsoever. Arise has a haste rune. He still has that Ethereal Blade. Always Want to Fly. Is going to get caught and then dies only to the combo of Arise as he gets disrupted. And they're looking for more. Afterlife has Shadow Bladed and Silver Edged away. They do have a gem, I believe, up on the Keeper of the Light. Arcane Hack, in fact, has True Sight there. And a 4-step on top of that. And Afterlife is just going to get away, it looks like. I think they know where he is, but he has a TP scroll.
Oh boy, this is going to be pretty tough, I would say, for the Radiant at this point. They got to find these waves, cut on through with Afterlife, keep pushing as much as they can with Undershock, who might be dead here.
Yeah, he might be dead. He could try for the TP now. Mantis Style, Mana Leak, good. Chronosphere, they have no Omni Slash. He's out of mana, blinks out. Afterlife was looking to set it up. He'll try to go for the TP. They need the call. They will not get it in time.
Yo.
That was a really good Chronosphere. Even if they don't go for the Omni Slash, they still are able to get everybody out somehow. That was nuts.
That was crazy. Somehow gets the... He, like, waits until Pone is blinking on him so that he can blink and then TP. And he ends up living because of that. Then that helps save his Faceless Void, too. Oh, Always Want to Fly. Not quite as lucky, though.
No, he's not.
That ward is still there, guys. They try and de-ward it.
Centaur Conqueror Stomp, Always Want to Fly, trying to get out, not going to happen. Meanwhile, the TP from the Enchantress is successful. All the meanwhile, Yoku continues to split push, and it feels like they're pulling the Dire around every which way. Unfortunately, they're still pretty far behind. And not only that, but Yoku might die here as the arrow Starstorm is going to connect, and the Culling Blade will go again for Pone's, by the way, godlike. Beyond godlike, actually, for this axe. He's 10-1-5. He's 4,500 gold. This axe is having an excellent performance.
Yeah, he turned on. A little bit of a rough game at the start. Like, didn't get the maximum farm he wanted because the good creep camp blocks from the Radiant side, but things looking better now.
Another max roast respawn timer. How unfortunate. And Afterlife has picked up a Hyperstone, by the way. We see?
The push that, like, it takes so long to do anything. Yeah, I think more than likely it'll be the AC. It's a pretty good game for it. It's mostly physical damage from the Dire, other than the Mirana and the Coddle, I suppose. But then again, Axe is now, like, pure with the counter Helix. But it's all about the Quill Sprays. It's all physical. Sure, it's fine.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. He's gonna have it. It's gonna take a bit of time. It'll have it pretty soon. Level 16, level 3 Chronosphere, back up at 15, and it finally looks like we might see the first attempted push here this game. Coming out from Friends, or excuse me, question mark. Taking some time.
They're pushing into Nether Ward, which is tough. Pretty much Axe has to be the one who finds it.
They haven't put it down yet for the Pugna. They'll drop a ward too, which means that they might be able to see it. Demonic Purge under Necroman already used. 4 stacks, 5 stacks. coming out. He will turn his back and take some damage. Chrono on to 2. Arise is caught. Can they bring him up and keep him alive at this point in time? They will be able to do so. A lot of healing from that Illuminate. Stays up and alive. They've already brought down No Fear. Omni Slash going under. Shock is low. And he gets staple gunned down by MDL. Dead for 70 with no buyback. Pwn misses the call. They still have that ward up. And it's going to get chopped down by Arise as well as Pwn. Ethereal Blade. They get the kill onto the Shadow Demon. Yoku is low. They got the Viscous Izuku. It's all suddenly turning horribly, horribly wrong for Friends. They've lost 4. They have to buy back. Afterlife is going to be next, almost certainly. He will time walk away, but Pwn actually is going to fall. They dive a little bit too far. The axe as well as Ake go down. The gem is on the deck. Necroman drops his item and picks it up. Now they'll have to back away. Another buyback this time coming up from the Shadow Demon. They can't quite get it done here. They'll have to back away. It looks like they wanted to finish that game off, and they will try to get this tier 3 tower. They're going to go back to the high ground. Necroman decrept up. Life drain not going to be there in time. Arrow's going to come through, not there as well. They have another TP coming in, this time from the Enchantress respawn, and everybody will finally back away from this dire team from Question Mark. They'll make it out.
That's a double buyback for the Radiant then, on the Pugna and the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon still ends up coming out the positive, actually, in terms of gold for himself, but dire side gets some Skrilla.
Allies disappear.
It's still, like, the tier 3 doesn't even go down with 2 buybacks. It's going to be a pretty hard push. As Arise is looking for a freebie onto Yoku.
Still might
Arrow,
be a
though.
freebie. Life drain, pretty good. Yeah, he's actually going to live.
Sprites.
They're going to try to go on this. Afterlife is Chrono back in 12. I don't think he'll find anything. The Courier is there, by the way. It has a gem on it. Wow, the Courier with a gem. That would be nice. MTL is going to use himself, though, and get out of the time dilation. Can they try to fight this Afterlife? The Ethereal Blade. They get off the stomp. Earthspinner is not going to connect. He will end up falling, by the way. Now starting to run over this team. Friends looking for more, but everybody else is going to get out. But this is the perfect timing. Roshan is up as they get that kill. They clearly aren't going to go for it, though. They're going to back away.
Yeah, I guess up against Keeper of the Light, right? He'll just, like, bump you all up onto the cliff, and then you lose the game.
Yeah, they know what Aki's good. He's done this before. they know they don't want to deal with that. And there's that Assault Cuirass, by the way, from Faceless Void, which we talked about. They're going to smoke it. They're going to go again, though. They might just go right into Roche. So one way to deal with Keeper of the Light is to make sure that they don't know they're actually in.
They just need a ward up there, yeah. They got it now, so that's fine.
They will have that ready to go, and everybody's sitting in the base for this dire team. They're going to go for a Moonlight Shadow. I don't know if they can get there in time. It's going to be close. Afterlife already has Chronosphere up. The arrow's going to come through. It's going to hit Undershock. That's huge because it stops him from hitting Roshan right now. They have to finish this up quickly. Blink Call is about to go. They will get it off. Can they get Roche? Starstorm coming down. It's low. It's not dead yet. They get the Chronosphere off. They need to get it, and they get the Aegis as well. And now they get the push back onto the cliff. Undershock is up there. Afterlife gets down. He's got the Aegis. Chop doesn't go. Pwn will fall. 1 dead on both sides. 2 with the Aegis coming back up, and they will get a rise as well. The biggest target so far. But Yoku trying his damages with the life drain, but Necroman can't get it done. The save from always want to fly. The Decrep is there as well, and Necroman has to leave. Now he gets bashed up. They're going to work. The Decrep life drain. A double kill for Yoku. They want more. Ake in the Roche pit, try to TP out. He dies to the illusions. Undershock now getting caught as well by at least the arrow, but Mr. X Arise. He actually just bought back. Arise is dead. A dieback. They wiped them 5 men. 6 men if you include the dieback coming out from the Murata. Wow.
Oh my lord.
I can't believe that. That's insane.
I don't know. Void has items now, I guess. Sick disruption on the axe, too. Like, always want to fight actually saved the hell out of that team fight. He disrupts the axe, gives them time to get the chrono out, and that secures them the Aegis.
Okay.
That was huge.
Decrept and a couple more right clicks, but he will get into this.
He has Manta. He can go for this.
Yes, he does. He Manta's off the blinding light. He finishes Ake off, down for 64. I think they just won. I think they might have just won. They will at least get a Rax here, Trent.
Oh my god. This is absurd.
There's no way.
I mean, one team has a hero that hits buildings, and the other team doesn't.
They don't, yeah. That was the main issue. They didn't hit buildings when they were pushing earlier.
I guess.
They might get 2 sets of Rax. I think they will. There's only an Axe. There will be a Bristleback up in 4. Can he really do enough here? Abyssal Blade is now done for Undershock. Afterlife has that Assault Cuirass. Pone's going to come in with a great call. They're going to go for the Earth Splitter combination. Disruption. No Fear is low. Pone actually able to force himself away. The Demonic Purge. The Life Drain. The Chronosphere. They bring him down. Now Necroman back up, trying to do his damnedest. He pops the BKB. The time lock procs are there. They'll get another one with the bash as well. Necroman so low. The last impetus hit, it won't bring him down, but they will get the racks. The sleep actually saves his life, but they're not done yet. They'll find MDL. 4 dead. Mirana is back up in 6 seconds, and with that, they will call GG. That is it. They can't deal with it any further. Friends come back.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
That's a Deso on a Shadow Demon. They always want to fly. It's just like, yo, I got some cash at the end of this one. What an unbelievable turnaround. They probably have like 5K in their pockets.
That wasn't, you know, they weren't down Raxes or anything like that. It might not seem like that big of a comeback, but it just felt like the Dire were dominating just about every team fight, every situation. Their map control was good, and then all of a sudden, seemingly out of nowhere, they're ready like, yeah, we'll just win the game now. It's absurd. What a game, Trent, huh?
Unbelievable. Yeah. That oh, well, what didn't we see today? No Invokers. They all got banned out.
No Battle Fury Void.
I wanted to talk about that Dark Artistry set thing, because that thing looks baller, and everyone has that who plays pros. And then you can brag about how you can get one from the Royal Arena thing, but we already sent you guys the link like 4 times.
Yes.
Just go do it.
Check out the Instagram page for Royal Arena, guys. Make sure you support the tournament and get yourselves
Friends Dota.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I want to see more of these guys.
Yeah, that was a very, very good series for them. I mean, they crushed it. Friends are looking real solid here. I'm excited to see what they can do in the future. But yeah, Trent, that's going to be it here.
That's it.
Before we go, make sure you guys check out GameLoop.com. Of course, if you don't have time to maybe study all the replays on your own or check whatever out you want, you guys can just head over to GameLoop.com. Of course, you can learn directly from the professionals. There are plenty of guides from the top 0.1% in Dota 2, including from people like Brax, who have 8.1k MMR from BSJ as well. So make sure you guys check out GameLeap.com. With that said, we are going to end here today. It's been an absolute pleasure. So much fun doing
any more of those replay casts today?
I might be, depending on.
I might do one later.
But
yeah, we have replay casts on our YouTube.
We do it. Yeah, we have replay casts.
Uploaded them all.
That's a very good point, actually. We upload them as soon as we get them done. I just finished 5 of mine that I had recently, so you guys can check those out over on YouTube.com. Trent's done a couple. I know Andy and Andrew have done a couple. We also have. Eventually, the Slacks and Purge one will come out when Slacks is done with Free Link. And then we also have the Suns fan as well as Cinderin one, which I think the bidding just ended today for that particular replay cast. But if you ever want to say, hey, I want to hear Trent or Zyori or Annie or Mott cast my Dota 2 game, you guys can head over to moonduck.tv and check out the replay cast. So definitely check that out.
I've had some low prio Dota. I've had some like 500 MMR Dota. I've had like no boots Dota. It's been pretty funny.
Every game of mine has been like above an hour. It's like I had an hour 40-minute game the other day. I had an hour game yesterday.
You had an hour 40-minute game?
Yeah,
dude,
I cheated a little bit. Only when like people were farming or something like that, I kind of sped up a little bit. But for every other part of the game,
I think that's fair.
Because I was just like I was not feeling particularly good. If you guys didn't know this, I've been sick for a pretty long time, so it was. I just felt like, all right, my body needs a rest. But yeah, if you guys want to check that out, it is $25 per replay cast, which you can find over at moonduck.tv. And then, of course, the Slacks Purge as well as Suns Fan Syndred one was, of course, an auction. We'll probably have another auction in the near future. I think that's about it, Trent.
That's it. Yeah, we're out of here.
We are
going to
done.
watch some more Dota games today.
That's right. There's a lot of Dota to be had. It's a great time for Dota, especially right before we have the open qualifiers for the Boston Major. And that should be a lot of fun as well. Make sure you guys check out all of the action all over Dota 2 on Twitch, so make sure you check that out. Of course, my name is Mont. With me is Montpax. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you guys next time.